Hey, how's it going, Tom? I just thought I'd make you a quick little video in regards to your email here about content slash HTML tags on Gamma page. So I'm looking at your link, node 9892. So I figured it would just be easier just to make a little video here. Okay, so we are on your link. Let me show you a few things. Let me click on the main page title. This is an article page, I believe. So let me inspect the main title. Okay, you see it's wrapped in a div tag. That should be wrapped in an h1 tag for the main title of the page. Let's see, let me click on by Tristan, inspect. Okay. Alright, that's wrapped in a div tag, and that should be actually with a class of byline, because that's what that element is, byline. And byline is actually used in other pages on Gamma. But it's not being used here, so there's no consistency with the class name. So it should be like div class equals byline for that. Span author, span article date, that's fine, that's great. But it should be wrapped in div like class equals byline, or div class equals meta for like meta information regarding the article. Okay, so let's see, that's that. The whole article is wrapped in an article tag. That's good. Scroll down. Yeah, that's good. I like that. That works. Why is okay? Why I was wondering why there's so many big extra spaces here. So let's see. Let's click on. Let's inspect this paragraph. Okay, see this here? There's an empty paragraph here. That should be deleted. This paragraph has empty. That's an empty paragraph, so let's delete that. Let's delete them all. How about that? Delete paragraph. That sign, that code and NBSPT means and non-breaking space. Which is basically the equivalent of hitting your spacebar. So there's an empty paragraph with just a spacebar character in there. So that shouldn't be there at all. Let's delete all those. Almost done. Okay, now you see our paragraphs are more moderately spaced. If you want more spacing between here, you would apply more bottom margin to the paragraph element here. So, but you wouldn't actually, you don't put a empty paragraph in there just for sakes of visual reasons of adding spacing. So, okay, so those are removed. They are in paragraph tags. This wrapping div here, we could put a class and say something like, well, see, we already have article body here, which wraps. Okay, this is an empty. Yep, that's an empty paragraph, so that should be deleted too. Okay, now we have a div and an article body div. All right, this div does not need to be here. We already have this div, so we could delete that whole div. Whoop. There we go. All right. And so we just have article body with the paragraphs for the article. All right, easy peasy. It should not be wrapped in a footer tag. That's not the footer. This is the main body. So we would get rid of that. I mean, if you wanted to, you could say you put a main tag in there, but let's see, edit as HTML, delete footer. All right, that's deleted. Okay, so like I was saying about this div here, that we could call this edit as HTML. We could say div class equals meta. Okay. All right, and then let's edit that again. Let's now say div class equals byline. How about, let's do a span. How about that? Span is an inline element, so span class byline slash span. Okay. Now, like I said, the title of the article, this should be, say, something like title. What is that title box? Title article title box. Title wrapper. Yeah, none of that is needed at all. And this whole thing should pretty much be. I mean, I don't know if this style is going to carry over, but this whole thing should be. That is HTML select H1 slash H1. That's all it should be right there. Of course, the style's not right, but you see how the code is much simpler. Could be H1 class equals page title if you wanted to do something like that, or article title, whatever. Anyways, so that's that. This is an article. I would say kill this, which I did a video talking about why we should. It's on the search results video I did, but talking about why we should kill this. When you click to read this article, we shouldn't confuse them and like which direction do they go. You know, do I click on this? Do I keep reading this? No, they click to read this. Let them read this. Later down the road, you could take these articles here or something, but you could put them underneath and say something like related news or related articles, something like that. But these are just being copied over from the homepage. They're not even necessarily even related to Morrisville teacher reported killed in Mexico. Okay. Well, see, like the first one is the same exact article we're already on, so that's dumb. We don't need to repeat that. We're already on that article. Durham's Northgate Mall faces possible foreclosure. Yeah, that has nothing to do with this article that we decided we wanted to read. So none of this should be here. If anything, replace it with a block of related, like related content. This over here, I don't know what that's all about. It's black. It's it's black down below. It's faded until you hover over it. It does nothing. When I hover over it too, if you look at the bottom left of the status bar down at the bottom left of the browser, you can see it says google.com. So there's a link on it, but it's if I click on it, it's taking me over to Google. It's not taking me to the Cave's website or anything like that. So this advertiser is getting no benefit from us whatsoever. Because we're supposed to be driving traffic to their site, and well, currently right now if I click on it, it takes me to Google. Featured what? Is this featured events, featured news? What is featured? And let's see, if you hover over it, okay, down on the bottom left at the status bar, you can see gammapiedmontsundial.com/node/6762. Oh, okay. First off, our content needs to have search engine friendly URLs. It should not be going to a /node/node ID. It should be going to something like /news/ the title of the article or something like that. There's a lot of different patterns you can do. I would suggest looking at all the major news networks and looking at the URL patterns that they use to get an idea of and some inspiration for the patterns that you would like to use, but you definitely don't want to go with just generic node / with the node ID. Does nothing for search engine optimization, especially when people start sharing links and things like that. And it's really hard to change things. Not really hard, but it is hard to when you start. If you don't start out right and you got to fix it later, say 100,000 people are linking to a bad URL down the road, and you really need to change it so that you can get even better rankings for your URL. You're going to have to do like 301 redirects and manage multiple URLs and send them from the bad URL to the good URL. But then you have to manage multiple URLs in your analytics and things like that. So it's really best to pick a good pattern, stick with it as much as possible right from the get-go. Let's see what else. Let's see. Let me inspect those ads too. What are these scripts? Why are there scripts here? Ad carousel box. Alright, I'll have to check with Ben on back end why he's putting script in here, but we also have modules that will do simple rotators. Also part of our Bootstrap UI kit, we can rotate things there as well, but we have like carousel modules and stuff like that on the site already. There's view slideshow, there's a couple others that we had in there. I'm not sure if it's on Gamma or not, but anyways, and that inline JavaScript anyways should also be put into a external JavaScript file instead of being included inline, regardless of if we go another route, but that inline JavaScript should be put into at least an external file. Let's see, what else do we have? I won't get into the footer. The footer needs to be cleaned up, but I did kind of go over that in a previous video, so I won't get into that here. I think that's pretty much it for this link you sent me. It's not bad. A few changes, but it does need to utilize the proper HTML tags better than what it is currently, and just a few tweaks, and it's not bad, and it's ready to go. I would kind of say too, like for this article, I would say, let me inspect this left-hand column here. Where's it at? There we go, column 2. Let me delete that. I would say delete that whole left column. And then, let's see. And then, let's say, maybe, you know, like, extend out the content column, maybe something like that. We don't really need that left-hand column. Related content could go down here where Sundial TV and things to do are. Like if I'm reading a article on Morrisville teacher reported killed in Mexico, I don't really need to. I'm not looking for things to do. I don't need that. That things to do content block right here means nothing to me because I'm interested in reading an article about a teacher killed in Mexico. So this, instead of things to do, could be like related content. Like, we thought you also might be interested in this, something like that. And then Sundial TV, well, if you're going to do a block for video, then this video needs to be related to the content on this page. Or, yeah, it doesn't have to be a video directly about this article, but it could be something, it could even be something on Morrisville, or like another teacher, something that happened to another teacher in Morrisville, something like that, but it should be related content to the article. This ad down here, I would say center it below these two blocks. Let's see. And that's pretty much it for this page, but yeah, like up here, you see node ID. This needs to be search engine friendly. So that's pretty much throughout the whole site. But anyways, that's pretty much it for this link that you sent me. Hope the video helped get the point across, and hope you understand it's not really a bunch of things to change, but just a few things that actually will be really beneficial and not take a whole lot of time to do. So anyways, all right, Tom, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, give me a call. All right, thanks. Bye.